Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I watched the fight Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury last night. It occurred in Saudi Arabia. And I made a video on that one, predictions a little bit and an analysis on that fight before the fight. Now this is post-fight conclusions and disappointments and, I don't know, happiness, I guess. Just because you sometimes have to do this is to list your credentials before you speak about something. All right, so I don't pretend I'm a novice in martial arts. I'm actually a black belt in Kyokushin Karate, multiple black belt. So I'm not one dan, I'm more than one dan. And I've been a referee in Kyokushin Karate. I've been multiple national champion in full contact Kyokushin Karate. Go and check it out. I represented Romania in 3 European championships. So I don't think I'm an imbecile to start with. That's my credentials. Sometimes you have to do this so you can tell people who's talking. Well, I'm talking. So let me analyze what happened. I watched last night a lot of videos, a lot of interviews, a lot of opinions, post-fight conference of both fighters and their promoters. And let's analyze the fight first. I think Usyk fought greatly. I think the other guy was fighting like a guy who did not want to fight. Remember, Fury is bigger and better, right? He 95% of the fight was fighting defensively, backing off. That means what? That's the way you fight. Remember, you're the big guy. You are the bully here. You can beat the guy. You can push him around however you want. But no, instead was the little guy doing that. First observation. Second observation. This is Fury. Like Klitschko. I used to like Klitschko brothers, until I saw how they fought lately. They lay on you, and when you attack them, they just throw their hands up right here and do like this. Now, you like that? Can you win with that? Yeah, you can win with that. But do you like it? No. I rather lose fighting greatly than to win fighting like an personal how should I put it, preference. The goal to go in a fight is to win, not to win beautifully. I know that one. But nevertheless, if I were to choose between a guy who wins like a weasel and a guy who wins or loses with dignity, I pick the guy. Yeah, you won. You are better in fighting. That's great. But as a character or techniques or the methods, whatever works. Correct? Correct. Remember when it was in that movie, and I like that, and I repeat that here, in the movie Troy with Brad Pitt. Remember when Achilles was fighting, what's his name? Not Patroclus, Jesus Christ. I always have a problem remember that guy's, what the fuck was his name? Patroclus was his friend, and the other one was what? Jesus Christ. Hector, Jesus Christ. So remember when they fight, Achilles fights Hector in front of walls of Troy, and at one point in that movie, Hector stumbles over a little rock, Arkansas, a little rock, and falls on his back. And Achilles, instead of attacking and killing his opponent like that, he said what? Get up! I don't want that little rock to take my glory. Eventually he won, but let's say he would have lost. He had character. Now that's the way we were supposed to be, Western civilization. Now we're just different kind of, these guys took over us. Those guys, you know who. Anyway, so move on. What happened over there? Did you notice that when it was about to end, the 10 seconds clap of the fight, almost always, what's his name? Fury was going in the corner. Why? Because, Alexander Usyk fights with angles, goes around and attacks you. Now, if you go like this in a corner, you limited the person's attack abilities. You make it, 90 degree? That's all you make it. So the guy cannot attack you other than that. When you block yourself or you push the guy enough, the guy cannot freaking attack you. So he was, look at that. I think at least 7 rounds, he ended up in the corner the last 10 seconds. Or when he was cornered, or when he got tired, he went over there. Why? Remember the Spartans at Thermopylae, you know, when the, how do you call them, the Persians attacked? When the Persians attacked at Thermopylae, it was a narrow pass. So all the army of the Persians, how many they had over there? They had to go through that little pass. So that means if you blocked it with 100 people from left to right, that's all. 100 on 100. You don't have to fight 100 over, I don't know, 300,000. So same here. But remember, this was the big guy doing that. The big guy who was supposed to pummel, to destroy the little guy, who I think lost against Ngannou. I mean, you get knocked down, knocked the shit down, and you win. At least a draw, and that's embarrassing for the linear, the best heavyweight in the world, and all those little things. So nevertheless, so he narrowed the pass of this guy. It's like, for instance, in the towers. You remember in the towers, you always have it. I think it goes clockwise. The stairs in the towers, in the medieval towers. Why? Because the guys who would try to ascend, they usually are right-handed, and they have to hit like this. You remember, they go like this all the time, and the other ones hit like this from above. So you have an advantage versus the guy blocking like this. So that's a reason why they go like that. So again here, these guys just narrowed this guy. He was the victim over there. Tyson Fury, I think, he had 2 rounds that really did damage. One, I think there were 2 uppercuts that hit and affected Usyk greatly. And I think a body shot with the right hand, not the liver one, the right hand. Other than that, he was on a defensive, running all the fucking time. Now, when I used to fight Kyokushin, I used to fight in the category between 70 kilogram to 80 kilogram. Not in the 70 and below, because they had 3 categories. Under 70, between and under and over 80, and in between. Now, I was not for over 80, I was not as fat at that point, but I was not 71, 72 kilograms. I was about that, 69 kilograms. And I used to fight always with the bigger guys. Why? Because it was better for me as a smaller guy. I was smaller than those guys. I liked it. Why? Because you have advantages and you have to take care of them. You have to, you know, you have your qualities, they have their qualities. I have my weakness, they had their weaknesses. Now, if they knew what I was about to do, obviously they annihilated me. If I knew what, you have to adjust, adapt. So let's go back to this fight. I watched boxing and I watched press conference and older boxers, how they interacted with one another. Let's say Schmeling with Joe Louis, for instance, or people in the Second World War, before Second World War, after the Second World War. They were decent. Yeah, they were thugs. You may say some of them, most of them, but nevertheless, they would not bite each other's ear or grab out the balls. They were shaking hands. They were posing like gentlemen. They acted like gentlemen, including in the ring. In the ring, I saw videos with these guys helping the guy that they just knocked out to get up. It was mutual. So that shows me a different culture. Well, we descended into garbage nowadays. These guys fight and it's cool. You need to draw attention. No, I need to draw attention to your intellectual lecture. I don't have to deal with how you look, what kind of videos you make with all kind of technical blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about videos making. The same with boxing. I should be only attracted by your fight, not how an asshole you are with the other guy at the press conference. That tells me you're a certain kind of person. I make it just to draw attention. That means you don't make with your appearance. Like right now, you see these guys, their music. They go over there and they spread their legs and do all that kind of 90% is sexual thing and maybe 10% noises, not music, noises. Whereas the other time, people used to stand up, not even dance, and they were singing. Why do you think Pavarotti doesn't dance on his songs? Because you're not over there to see Pavarotti dancing, or Placido Domingo, or Carreras, or whomever you want, Mario Lanza. None of them dance. Why? Because you are over there for the voice, for the lungs. You're not over there to see the Pavarotti, spreading his legs with some tongues. So nevertheless, what happened here? I saw the interview after the post-fight interview I saw the interview in the ring where Fury claims that he thought he won. Well, you can think he won. And then I saw a video where he was walking in the hallways and he told those guys, you robbed me from, I won. And then at the press conference, post-fight conference, he comes in, he's a little bit more mild and said, I thought that I won. And then the idiotic thing. If I knew that he would win after he got knocked down, we're going to talk about that incident in the ninth round. He said, if I knew that I was behind, I would have come out and be more aggressive. Is a cat here? The cat around? Jesus Christ, where are you? Anyway, if I knew, I would have come and attack Usyk in the last 2 rounds, 11 and 12. What? You didn't attack the whole thing. What changed? You were dead at that point. Again, he can't say, yeah, man, this guy was better today. That means I don't allow that rock to take my glory. No, instead he said, I won, and I could have fucked him up if I knew. Well, weren't you supposed to give everything you have in order to win? You didn't. Apparently, I don't think he could. And another thing, it was his promoter. That's the first thing that he says in front of the audience at the post-fight conference. I can't remember his name, the white hair, blue-eyed guy, very tricky guy. Anyway, I can't remember his name. He said that, yeah, the first thing, Usyk is not going to be here because he was taken to the hospital for a broken jaw, to have a CAT scan or whatever, for a broken jaw. So you broke his jaw, man. Jaw. Now, I don't know if you ever had a broken jaw, or if a broken rib, or a finger, or something. Well, I had. So I know what's going on when you have a broken jaw. When you have a broken jaw, you can't even chew, you can't even do like this. Let alone, conduct an interview or a press conference. So that was, he broke his jaw. No, maybe he affected his jaw. And he was supposed to go and have a CAT scan. But that was the first thing. He got you broke his jaw, man, you're so tough. Bull fucking shit. Why? Let me show you. This is how the media presents it. This is according to CBS News. Alexander Usyk suffers broken jaw. This is what's important about it. In win of the Tyson Fury to claim undisputed broken jaw. No, he didn't. Look at him. This is after he won with a broken jaw. With a broken jaw. And, okay, this is his promoter right here. Then we're going to look at him too. So he's a broken jaw. Lie, lie, lie. Why? Because it's like when you lose, you don't want to say, yeah, man, congratulations, you are better today. That's it. That's all you need to do. No broken jaw, the referees ripped me. No, I think actually in the 9th round, when Usyk was about to knock this guy out, the referee actually saved him from being knocked out. Or that fight should have been stopped right there. Either knockout, let the guy and go down. He was saved by the referee. He was saved by the referee. What is that? What is that? You stop the guy. Let him, knock him down, knock him out, and then you count him. Or you stop the fight when you see the guy is embarrassing. Anyway, he had heart, both of them. Not only Tyson Fury, which indeed, he couldn't take his hands up anymore. He was just going, look at the pictures. But the referee got in and stopped it and counted the guy. And then the end of the round. That was a setup. And that's exactly what Usyk's promoter claimed in the interview, post-fight interview, Sky Sports, Fury versus Usyk. Alexander Krasyuk believes referee should have stopped Fury. I think so. And it was not the only one. David Hayes, the boxer, cruiserweight, whatever. Remember, he fought Klitschko at one point, and then after he lost, he said, "Oh, I have a broken toe." Well, remember, when you have a broken rib, you can't breathe. You cannot breathe. You do like, you can't move. When someone says a broken rib and he's talking, no. A broken jaw and he's talking, no, it's not a broken, it's an affected. But here in America, if you fall, I broke my hand. That means broke the bone. It broken? No, that's not broken. It's a different name for that one. So anyway, he believes the referee should have stopped Fury. I think so too, or let the thing go. I would have let the thing until the guy fell on his face, because that's where the guy was going. So I think that's correct. Then when this Alex Kasyuk, who is the promoter of Usyk showed up at the post-fight interview, a press conference. He said, yes, indeed, Usyk is checked to see if he's okay, because that was the first question these guys asked. Is he broken jaw? Yeah, our lad did it. Again, man, you lost. Shut the hell up. And embarrassing. Go to Ngannou. Ngannou did better than Usyk, I might say. Ngannou really did better than Usyk at that point. But anyway, the referee stopped it over there and saved the guy. So the answer of Krasiuk was, well, indeed, that they have to do a CAT scan. Is not broke. I mean, I don't know if it's broken. And the guy says it's broken. Well, if he said, Krasiuk, if I knew it was broken, or he didn't, if I knew it wasn't, he wouldn't have gone over there. I don't know. They don't have a hospital here. So he was taken. He was checked. And then Usyk shows up. And he conducts the whole press conference. He smiles, he talks. He's not like mumbling, holding his teeth like this because he's got something. No, he's normal. That's not a broken jaw. Again, and these guys were claiming, Tyson, you lost. Those guys ripped you off and you broke the guy's jaw. Yeah. Incorrect. Remember, Tyson Fury, big guy, the Gypsy King, I like the guy, but he lost. Show character and say, I lost, the guy was better. Maybe after he watches the video a few times, he says that. Because when you're in the middle of the fight, indeed, you don't know if you lost. I mean, it depends how big the difference is. But on the other hand, the guy was running all the time. You can say, well, that's his style. You're the bully guy over there. What are you talking about? And then, good job for the referee. I have to say, great job, referee, who did not allow Tyson Fury to bear hug and dance a little bit like Klitschko's and like he does to suck your energy and your legs and all that. That's what he did a few times. But I'm glad that the referee did not allow that to be a dancing contest over there. Great job. So yeah, I think Usyk won. I would give Usyk 10-8. This is how much I would give Fury. 8, not 10-9. I would give 10-8. 8. That's indeed there was two uppercuts, one right to the left side, and that was it. Usyk was hit pretty well at that time, but it was not about a knockdown or anything like that. The contract stipulates that they will have to meet again in October. What could happen? I think that will not take place. I think one of these guys would retire in the meantime, and so on. Remember, this great fighter, Fury, he owes Vladimir Klitschko a rematch. Remember that one? I saw Vladimir Klitschko's interview in Riyadh as well. He owes it under the contract. What did he do? He won against, Fury won against Vladimir Klitschko. Okay, good. All right, in Germany, great job. I can say, okay, good, you won. But in the contract was stipulated you have to fight Klitschko or give him a rematch. That is a gentleman, not a gypsy king. Okay, you're a gentleman right there. What did he do? He retired. He said, I have mental problems. I retire. Remember, that's what he did. So he avoided. And then Klitschko retired. And then these guys showed up. I'm back in business. The gypsy king is back in business. Yeah. When that guy was 1,000 years old. What is that? Character? You can say, well, you can't control. I don't believe anything what those guys said. And then how his father behaved. I mean, as Mike Tyson and others said, what's Kisora, his name? Kisora. Kisora is from MMA. What's his name? Man, that black guy that I can't remember his name. Close name. And David Hayes says, if Tyson Fury's father wants to fight, there are a lot of people over there at his age that will kick his ass and ready to fight him. Don't fight with a guy over there, big tough guy. What the hell? I mean, that is thuggish. You want to present yourself as such? You should, and we can see that and claim it and call it the way it is. Now, the other guy, like many former Soviet athletes, like for instance, you have Nurmagomedov, you got Islam, Makachev, Fedor Emelianenko. Look how they behave versus these guys' hype and all that. They never lose. And when they lose, I couldn't listen to to the guys with the commentators. The commentators, that's why sometimes when I watch MMA, UFC, for instance, I turn off the audio, the sound, because those guys over there, including Joe Rogan, who I like, it's like I'm or DC, and I like the guys, but sometimes I'm listening and I'm watching and I'm saying, these guys are watching a different game. I'm fighting the same with these guys. It's angering. It's angering to see how much they make out of these guys' mild successes and how they diminish the other guys' successes. It's too obvious. Well, we'll see. I didn't think this fight would happen. I tell you, and I said this before. I didn't think this will happen. But thank you very much to the Arabs, especially to His Excellency Mohammed bin Salman, who provided with all those guys the money. Now, there's a question. Who lost the money? Who lost money? I think they lost. Someone lost money. And I'm talking about the guys who make the bets. No, not those guys. In order to pay these guys so much as they required, and the revenues they got from broadcasting this and whatever else, I don't think they match. I don't think they got the money back. So they lost somewhere. How can you afford doing that? For just advertising your name and me and others saying, thank you very much, Excellency Mohammed bin Salman? Do you think that's what it is? I don't think they need this kind of thing. So where's that money? I don't think the revenues even, I don't know, but I don't know. You can make a little calculation. I don't think it matches the revenues match the investment whatsoever. So how can these guys afford losing a few, $1 million? Because they're rich. Man, well, just another question. Think about it. And thank you for the Arabs making this happen, not the rich Western countries. Can you imagine? That tells you something. What? Who's strong and who's weak? Well, we are the best. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Great fight. I wouldn't have given, as I said, to Fury, to split decision whatsoever. But hey, I thought it's going to be a draw. But after the knockdown or whatever that was, I said, I've seen, how is this, Canelo with, what's his name? Canelo fought the other, Bivol. I saw when they fought. Again, Bivol beat Canelo 10-7, 10-6. Fuck him up. And he barely won a split decision. Watch that fight. I watched it. Canelo lost clear from these guys, from Bivol. And the referee says split decision, and you should look at this here. And you should look at how much. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's why I thought here is going to be too much money. I thought it's going to be a draw, and then they will meet back sometime soon or never. And they both are undefeated. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.